Welcome back to Bobson. Hi, let's play some more Victoria 3. We're playing as Mexico. We're going for Manifest Mexico. We have to take, let's do it on the zoomed out version right now, the Pacific Coast and the Great Plains. We have taken teensy tiny bits from Canada so far. There's still Russia and Alaska, which is a problem, of course, the US of A. The US of A, who used to be our friend, have started to consider us a belligerent, or to be belligerent towards us, because they want my stuff. I mean, you know, what can a man do? Now, I have no clue. I'm still kind of a noob at Wiki 3. So I have none clue as to whether we have to worry about these insane numbers of constructs that they have. What I do have a clue about is that I apparently forgot to turn on one of my lights. So let me just leave the screen. Go lighten and come back. Here we go. It is a bit tight in this space right now, so let me figure out how to get my chair back into place. See, this is preparation for you. This is professionalism. This is how this is done. Now. Anyway, we have to do all that. The US are belligerent. They still like us, relations-wise. They can't declare war yet. They're working on getting that down. But our trade agreement is making it pretty hard for them. Now, weirdly enough, oh, that's how that works. I see. So the progress is towards one change in mutual relations. So on the 10th of May, it does say everything in the tooltip right there. I just didn't see that properly. On the 10th of May, 82, so about a month from now, we're going to lose one drop of relation because we're 50% through the change. We're at the maximum that can be had from the trade agreement, I think. No, actually no. No. That's not how that works. The trade agreement can get us 2 plus 80. The damage relation can get you 2 minus 50. Because we get plus 1% from trade agreement and minus 3% essentially from damage relation. There's a total of plus 2, or 2% of damaging happening. Whew, words. Now, for some reason, I wasn't able to do any improved relations with them, and I still don't understand. Oh, we're still above the limit, right? Yeah. Improved relations can only go to 50, so we can't even start countering the hurting of relations yet. We're also at a point where our money is our monetary situation is bad. Things that did that, well, a couple of things that led to from us being an absolutely wealthy nation to this nations. Well, two things really. One is I changed taxation law. I was promised an increase in income, but apparently circumstances changed and graduated taxation now is much worse than proportional taxation. We've been making 40k, apparently, more at proportional taxation. Not an insane number, but a number nonetheless. But the real bummer is that we have a modifier. Let's see if I can find it again. It's on our country, I think. And there are somewhere modifiers. And somewhere up here, tax cuts. 10% reduced income tax rates. That's 10 percentage points of income tax rate reduction. Our baseline income tax rate with our current setup of graduated taxation is 12.5%. So we're getting 2.5% taxation rate, which is a fifth of our income tax rate. Now we still get full dividends tax and technically, and full consumption tax rate. We have no consumption taxes going. We could, but they would cost authority and, But and our dividend taxes are fine. But if you look at that, our income taxes would be 5 times that. So that is like 180, maybe? It's 5 times 37. 37. 5 times 37. 185. Hey, I wasn't so bad with 180, even especially since it's not exactly 37. So we'd be making about 180,000 more if we didn't have that modifier. Is that true? No. We only get the 4 times extra, right? Because we have a fifth now So actually, get out the calculator again, 37 times 4. We'll be making about 150, 140 more. So it'd be still negative, but much better if that wasn't such a horrible modifier. And then we'd be able to make do. But right now things are so bad, I'm somewhat tempted to increase taxes, which seems awful. It's not going to do tons. But look at that. Income tax rate will go up by 2.5% and dividend tax rate by 5. And that's a whopping 61,000 ducats. I'm just going to do that right now. Well, apparently I was lied to. Was I? Nah, I didn't do the math. It's fine. It's fine. We make less, well, we lose less money now. That's good. And in 15 months, everything will be groovy. Yeah, there we go. Things getting better. Unfortunately, our industries are not happy. Well, at least they're not unhappy anymore, which is good. So manufacturing tax income is not reduced by 10%. Now, I think manufacturing tax income reduction is the actual 10% on the income, as opposed to tax rate reduction. But that might just be wording. But that feels correct. What about laws? Anything we still can and want to do? We're a pretty good country right now. Mostly. I'm happy with universal suffrage. Oh, don't hit escape to go back. I'm happy with multiculturalism. These are just total separation. These are all things I want at the end of the game. Appointed bureaucrats, I believe, could be elected. What does that do? Intelligentsia and more taxation capacity or bureaucracy? Yeah, one or the other. Don't really mind. I think professional army is good. Again, I have no clue whether we would care about all those conscripts. Guaranteed liberty seems good, Laissez-faire, is that the best we can do here? Subsidies mandated, that's funny. Reduced loan interest doesn't really cover us. Subsidizing infrastructure and trade centers, it's okay. The capitalist investment pool is just huge, but we have a ginormous investment pool. This, on the other hand, what kind of new... Whoa. Can government run everything? And we go... disallow everything else. I don't even know. I mean, it might be good command economy. I don't know. Seems like a bad thing if I just put real life on there. So I'm kind of fine with this. Mercantilism still strikes me as a bit weird. I wouldn't mind free trade. It's not gonna be intensely important. It's gonna lose me money too. So maybe staying on mercantilism for now is just fine. Taxation, this is the last one. Don't know if it's the best, but it feels the best. Colonial exploitation I'd like to get out of, because we're not colonizing, but public schools are great, public health insurance is great, protected speech is great, compulsory primary school, excellent, works pretty, I mean, we're very, very modern libertarian society. Maybe we could have some old age pensions or something, but right now, not what we need to be looking at. And yeah, in theory, going to no migration controls is better than having migration controls. But since we don't discriminate against anybody, that makes no difference. And then on slavery, I mean, there's just one option for this, and we have it. That's all fine. Our government is super legitimate. Everything, and well, politics are great. Diplomacy, ooh, plastics. That did things with the glass works. Could go house by plastics, make insane amounts of more glass, but we need insane amounts of oil to do so. Okay. Now, if we had real oil, we turn every oil into almost 2 glass, which seems good. Now, of course, making a huge change like that is going to be tough, and because essentially all our glass works are in Mexico, We're gonna have to make the big change. Well, yes, we can change over Oregon. It is true. Which apparently makes me money. But thing is, with glass, if I remember correctly, most of the buy orders for glass, well, all the missing glass is being imported by the Americans. Which is something we can't rely on because that is gonna break once we go to war. Speaking of war, do we want any more important things in technology or society, or do we actually want to do some research on military technologies? I believe essentially all of these are just saving laborers, except for electric railways, which would allow us to make more engines and have electric trains to add electricity into infrastructure and transportation. Does seem tempting. Let's grab the electric railways and maybe then we're going to do a burst research of stuff here. 5% kill rate, now that's something I can get behind. Naval base max level, not so much. Floating harbors, probably also not so much. Self-propelled torpedoes. I mean, there are lots of things that just make you better at fighting. Bolt action rifles. Do you give me more small arms? You do. Now that would be nice. Because we have an issue with too few small arms and too many artillery pieces right now. We still have so much to take though here. Torpedo boats for naval base. Frankly, I don't want to care, but maybe we should. I'm not feeling right. Our economy is in shambles. I'd rather get my economy great first. And then 20. Ooh, I've never seen that icon before. What is that even? Oh, that's a toilet? No, it's a teacup. I would say it's a toilet seat. But no. We are... Well, people in our country are great. Money will be fine. What's going on here? Expensive? Yeah, small arms, we know. I just talked about that. Glass, we know. And this is what I want to fix with electric railways. Unused construction production. The thing is, if we want to go for electric railways, we obviously need more electricity. Because I'm sure currently we have negative electricity on the market. Right? Yes. It's still not making money. And this is going to cost me money twice. It's going to cost me money because building it is not funded by the investment pool. And it's going to cost me money because, well, I'm subsidizing these essentially. I think. Oh, could make them coal powered. Using engines and coal and getting more electricity out of it. Huh. Okay. Actually save on labor too. Oh, maybe that's a focus one can go by. I believe we lack coal too. We do. We certainly do. And the other thing was what? Coal and things. What was it? Dang it. Electricity, Guerrero. Where to do that? We need coal and engines, right? Of course. A horse. Now, engines wise, pretty sure we're also behind, but apparently we're not that far behind that it's worth. We're very far behind. Do we lack a lot of steel then? Some. It is whenever I try to go fix the economy, it's just you get from one thing to another to another to another, And in the end, the economy is not fixed. So apparently Oregon is making tons of money from the steel, and I don't understand. Might just be a lack of people. Let's go have some more steel mills in Oregon. Let's also have one more in Mexico, I think. Oh, it might be because of the low market access in Mexico right now. That is quite likely, actually. Which we do need to fix. And we're trying to fix it with electricity. That's where we're coming from, game. And then we have power plants. We can switch to producing a lot more power, right? Can just generate 900 more electricity by clicking that button. At the cost of a bunch of coal, sure, but still. And that should allow us to go for a lot more of the other thing. Now, would I be able to import a bunch of coal? Well, I mean, maybe, but I don't know that I want to switch to well, I can't switch to electric trains before I don't have the research. Or before I have the research. And therefore, maybe we don't want to switch to coal-fired power plants yet. Because they too are going to require us to have research. Austrian Dixie interest. Yeah. But we were able to trade with Austria before, weren't we? Have a quick look at the trade situation. I think we have a bunch of boats left over. We do. So, what was this like? Okay. Not worth it. Surely I don't have that many explosives spare. Oh, I can see that here. Excellent. I have 400 to spare. So I'm certainly not interested in selling 540 to the Brits, or am I? It's kind of close, actually. Maybe I am. Get that money to the country. And iron, I can't see it on this screen, right? This doesn't show me. But this here does tell me that I have 182. It's not a number. I'm going to ignore that. 152 rubber. 46 ironclads. Who's going to buy the ironclads? Nobody. The Austrians? Yeah. Now, if we look at our country information, we have full 60 flotillas now. So all our ports have built all the boats they can, or they have recruited and probably built the whole navy. Which is more than the Americans have, right? It's more than the Americans have, right? Yes, they have 50 flotillas. Now, how are they doing technologically? I don't know. But I feel like we might be better in that regard. So I don't feel required to spend a ton of money right now on increasing the size of our navy. Army might still be too low, too small. Large numbers of Siouan. 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 Is it the Sioux people? Or who's that? At least they're also North American indigenous people. So it might just be the Sioux. I'm so tempted to just build a bunch of the old the you know what. God darn me. Railway. The old railway. I'm tempted to build a bunch of the old railway, but I think we really, really, really want to fix the thing with electricity. Now, science rate is not that bad. We should be getting there somewhat quickly. Montenegro, revolting against Italy. Interesting. What did I want to check right now? I wanted to check, not this screen. Modifiers, tax cuts, oil in Saskatoon. Still 12 months. It's so long. It's just so long. It's so harsh on our finances. Still feels quite crazy. Now, how does everybody feel about me? Industrials are just neutral. Some of the rural folk are happy. Probably didn't do things for them to annoy them for a long time. Now, you probably have some time modifiers that are gonna time out, right? Surely? Yeah, recent age, universal suffrage, graduated taxation, and workers' protections. All of these should slowly time out. As should the urbanization concerns thing, I think. So yeah, they're gonna be happy over time. And as we don't really have any laws to pass anymore, there's probably not much that can annoy them, other than like tiny changes from small events. Gold depleted in Nevada. I mean, it's to be expected. No, I always look at Utah and I would look at Nevada for some reason. There's still some gold there. There's nothing there. Oh, there's a bunch of unemployed people now, of course. So we may want to go and do something about Nevada. As in build stuff there for people to work in. No, they don't have much in the form of anything. We could run gold mines. Still don't know if that's maybe just good to do. It might just be good to do. Do they get depleted too? We don't know yet, right? I'm just gonna chuck a bunch of gold mines into Nevada. Why not? We do currently need money. So why not mint some? There doesn't seem to be inflation in any way. At least I haven't seen any. Normally you would accept minting to increase inflation in some way or shape or form. But again, that doesn't quite seem to be the case. Oh, speaking of things being the case, again. Nothing to do with it. Canada. Didn't I want to attack you? Surely our truce is over. Right? I'm not seeing it. You have no friends. The US of A might come in and protect you. How do you feel about Canada? Neutral. Desirable ally, but relations are neutral. Again, I don't know how politics really work in this game. Especially that kind of stuff. So I have no clue whether that means that the US of A can join or not. No, I would have liked to have a friend. I mean, France is a friend, but they're not a friend on paper, and they kind of don't want to be. To find rude. And neither do the Brits. Nobody wants to be my friend. I should probably be improving. Are we improving? Yes, we're improving with the Austrians. What about the Spaniards? They're okay with us. Not great. Natural enemy. I mean, really? Look at poor Africa being fully split up. Colonization. So war? Well, threaten war? Didn't we want to do that at the end of last episode and then didn't? Kind of have a deja vu here. Now, is there anything we can do other than just conquer state? Been thinking about this because I hate the fact that they just give up and then give us the one state. So could I make them my dominion or my puppet? Nay. Regime change, take treaty port. What's a treaty port? Single province, take the war goal, blah, blah, blah. Bypass tariffs or embargoes, so we can just trade with them, even though they don't want us to. Yeah. So I guess we just declare for, say, Washington. May join either side or remain neutral. Thanks, game. What useful information. So, Washington. 136,000 peasants still there. Has a shipyard, 4 steel mills, which are trying to hire. Some logging camps, some fish, some wheat. Not bad. Wouldn't hate Washington. Let's have a look at the total number of people though that's in there. 425. Oh, Washington's a lot better. Yeah. Let's try and get the state of Washington. Diplomatic place. Conquer state, Washington. 20 infamy. How are we doing infamy-wise right now? Surely it's all gone, right? Yeah. It will reduce relations with a bunch of countries. One of which is probably the US of A. And 4 countries. Minus 20 on Canada. Well, duh. Russia, Austria, and the US of A. Minus 10 each. Oh, all of these. Okay. So we'll threaten that. Now we don't have a lot of money, and war is going to cost us even more money. So maybe this was a tiny bit early. We could sway Russia to come in. It doesn't look like the US of A are on the side of Canada just yet. Don't want to mobilize troops yet. They are mobilizing, so I guess I will too. We'll just run these 2 guys again. Let's get Ignacio over here. Do we actually do Philippa too? I guess. Money's a bit of a thought, which is why I'm concerned. Now we might be down on guns now. Still have enough cannon, but ammunition and small arms are kinda not great. So I wouldn't mind importing them so we don't pay as much. And ammunition with an A. 175? Seems like a lot. But sure, probably not gonna import that much actually. And then SMARMs from the Americans as well. Why not? Now let's have a look at this whole thing. It's all fine still. I don't really know how that works. Are these just not able to be moved? I think so. But I don't know if there's something can happen to get them from there to there. Or whether they have to, you know, go step by step or something. Do not know. Okay, they said they want war reparations now. I'm gonna wait with the adding of more war goals. I don't even know that it's smart to do in the first place. For reasons we've discussed multiple times now. But if we actually do go to war, then I'm gonna be very unhappy I didn't. Our citizens have to be neutral. Good. I'd like the Americans to do the same, then I know I don't need to call in Russia. I probably also want to keep building things. Probably some urban stuff so we don't have to... Oh, wow, why are food industries doing this badly? The lack of oil. A huge lack of oil, okay. Okay, so no, we're not building urban stuff. We're actually building... Even though money is in a terrible spot right now, we're building oil rigs. You're gonna be oil central there, Rio Grande. Ooh, would be really nice to get that technology done. So... They're fearful. So far, all fearful enemies have always backed down. which would mean we shouldn't add another war goal. But then again, they have 49 people they're going to get, which is more than we have currently mobilized. So maybe? Okay, I think I'm going to add Idaho. It's not that expensive. And then if they do want to go to war. Okay, the Russians went from leaning towards me to neutral, which again seems fine. Though I would like relations to be better. Oh, we can improve relations with the Americans now. Guess we lost enough with all the plays we did here that improving is possible. Hey, Jan from the future here. This is one of those episodes in which I totally forgot to put a cut into the middle. And therefore, unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave you hanging in the middle of this war declaration with, well, a cut. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing, as always, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and if you have anything to say, please do so down there in the comment section. And join me next time when we see how this war happens, if there's a war.